Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So I don't know, it's about 4:30, 25.1 degrees Celsius, 70% humidity. It like rained for 5 minutes and then the sun came back out, so we got the whole humidity thing going on. My batteries are still in a charge mode. It is 7/14 Tuesday, 77.5 degrees Fahrenheit. I just wanted to finish off this one last video. I'm about to go into a 3-day rotation, 2 12s and a 4. So let me show you what I got here. I basically, real difficult. I plugged the CDI into the wire harness. I plugged the wires into the igniter coil, into the spark coil. Real hard to do. They were color coded. Plug this in. I'm leaving it in the bag so I don't lose the clips. Right. And we're going to go hook up these wires and see how well it starts. This is part 2 of building your own wire harness. If you do a search, wiring harness, there's no comma, kill switch, no comma, ignition coil, no comma, CDI, no comma, 450 to 160 SSR thumpster, no comma, pit bike. So I would have put commas in, but they didn't. But you know me, I put commas anywhere. These come directly from China. They're $17. Took about a week. Now that it's all put together, let's see how she does on my test bike. I'll show you how difficult it is to hook up to this rig too. I had to cover this garage door here with plastic. It's this thing stands about 10 foot tall. My garage stands about 8 foot tall, maybe a little less than that. Yeah, my garage stands about 8 foot tall, so it wouldn't fit. The only thing I could do is lie it down here, which would mean I'd be stepping all over it, and that's not a good thing either. I try to always put down a mat when I kneel on the ground. You young guys still have flexible knees and all. Us old guys, whenever we kneel on the ground, we kneel on a pebble, and it hurts like hell. Alright, so where does that go? Spark plug. Doing this one-handed, so it's going to take me an extra few seconds. Right, spark plug, that hard. Right. And make sure it goes on. This could hang out anywhere. I got the boot on it, so it's not going to short out and cause me any trouble. What does this do? Ground. Ground goes to what? Case. Make sure you have a good contact on the case, because if you don't get good spark. What does this do? Goes to this plugs in, right? What color is it? Green. So it's one side of the pulsar, right? The one-handed man plugging things in. So plug into the pulsar, the red wire that comes off the blue. Right, that blue and white goes to blue and white. I just happen to put a red wire on it. And last but not least, the red wire that comes off the black and red. It goes right here. Right, you can see the black and red. That's all it takes. This is the on-off switch. just to make sure she starts. and I don't have to embarrass myself in front of you guys. Let's give it a little hoot of ether. Very nice. How's this for confidence? I'm putting the ether away. Then we walk over here, give the string a quick pull. Hang on a second. I gotta give it a little throttle. What do you guys think? Does it run? Push the button. How's that for hard? I did a couple of things. First of all, I taped this piece of plastic over here because this would fill up with water, and then would go down the cable, and then would go into the top of the carburetor, and then it drip into the carburetor, and I'd end up with water in the carburetor. And I don't mind rebuilding carburetors, but I just as soon not have to. So that's done. I did put slime in these tires, and the tires, I'm not going to say they hold air, as in like you put 5 pounds into them, you come back 2 days later, you're going to find 5 pounds. That's not true. They don't hold air. But what they'll do is they'll stay round, where before they would collapse completely and end up with flat spots on the bottom. Then you would have to pump them up. So the slime seemed to help. It would also be helpful if probably they got another dose of slime and I rode it around a bit so the slime was better distributed. But they are staying round, so that's a good sign. I got to finish putting stuff away because I'm going to be tied up the next few days, and we're going to kind of be getting rain on and off. Obviously, you don't get yourself a nice collectible bike like that and then leave it to turn into crap, right? Garage door, obviously, cardboard. I had to get that covered up. You know, so many projects. I really need to get myself retired so I could play with them. I mean, when I picked up that rig, and I'm not quite sure where I got it. I don't know if it was a flea market deal or whatever. But I looked at it and I said to myself, boy, I mean, the front end's a little cattywampus. You can see, you know, it looks at you a little cross-eyed. I mean, it steers well, but it does look at you a little cross-eyed there. But when I picked this up, I said to myself, boy, wouldn't it be a great bike? And I can't sit on it because there's a bee's nest in that space between the foam and the seat. I think you guys could see the foam and the seat, the separation there. There's a bee's nest in there, so to sit on that would be a stupid idea. But anyway, look how easy it is to get on and off the rig. It's short wheelbase. I would think that it'd be a really cool thing to perhaps pin the rear end so that both wheels are driving, perhaps get a bigger set of tires on the back, maybe get the axle back a little bit, maybe throw a torque converter on it, and then just drive the hell out of it, you know, just a fun toy to play with. This guy here also has a 4 or 5 speed, 5 speed plus reverse. That one has reverse too, obviously, but wouldn't it just be a blast to get these guys running as a pair of go-karts for screaming around the property. This is a Simplicity tractor, and you might say, what's the big deal? Who cares? Another piece of crap. Well, the interesting thing about this tractor is the drive is on the side of the axle. It's got a what would one call that? A vertical pulley. Yeah, the pulley is vertical, not horizontal like your typical Craftsman. Well, that means you can take the pulley off and put a sprocket to that rear end and provide power to the rear end through a torque converter, right? So you get off the gas, the thing idles, kind of neutral, so to speak. So now you have a bunch of speeds plus reverse, and you have a torque converter. So all those speeds are like first, you go from half a first all the way up to full first, so to speak, right? Torque converter kind of cuts you in half. So a first is good for 2 miles per hour. It would only be good for 1 mile per hour. But then you also adjust the gearing so that theoretically first is good for 3 miles per hour. So with the torque converter, when it first engages, you got the advantage of like 1 mile or 1.5 miles per hour. Then as the thing is rolling, the torque converter varies your pitch out, and gradually you're picking up speed. And then you shift, and it kind of gives you a little more variability, and it gives you the ability to go without having to step on the clutch. You just step on the gas and the thing responds and moves accordingly. It also gives you the ability to theoretically hook up a Honda motorcycle engine to it. You'd have to fool around with the gear ratios once again to make sure you get the gear ratios proper so that you're not doing like in 5th gear wide open 3 miles per hour. But you're doing a halfway decent speed. I try to keep all my stuff for the CDIs together. It just makes it easier. So, I mean, that would also make a interesting cart for something like a UTV, a utility vehicle for beating around. Anyway, you can probably hear it in my voice. I am tired. Installing a garage door as one person in a hurry with a hard stop. Obviously, I got the door installed, but I didn't get the springs and all. But I wanted to get the door up before nightfall set in, because I didn't want bats coming in or any raccoons taking residence in my garage. So I kind of beat myself up pretty good to get it in. And then on Monday I had a lot of aerial work to do, standing on buckets and chairs and so forth to hook the cables and all that crap up. So installing that garage door as a single person kind of beat me up a little bit, and I'm not quite sure why, but it really made my hands hurt. Probably I'm getting old and starting to get arthritic and all. My wife says I'm already getting cranky. Might as well get everything else that goes with it along with the arthritis. Yeah, there's the attack cat. She's useless. She used to kill mice, but she's probably been fed too much now. She doesn't bother. Occasionally, I think if one trips over her or something, she might, or if she finds a dead one, I think she carries it to the door. But I don't think she has the fortitude. Yeah, I'm talking about you, worthless, to kill him herself anymore. I think she's just too lazy. Alright, we're getting up to 14 minutes. Guys, I really want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing and providing me with good input, good thoughts. I enjoy them all. Guys, remember to keep your feet down, especially when you're going down steps. Keep your head up, especially when you're going down steps. Remember to enjoy all your days. You don't know what's coming. It's a real mixed bag these days, so make sure you get out there and have some fun. Enjoy your time, and guess that's about it. Take care now. Bye.